the landfill. What do you think the county should prioritize?
I'm not sure what you mean by that, how to answer it.
I just read it as it's written, but...
Like I said earlier, we're currently debt-free. Our fund balances are pretty well filled to the max. We built the event center, which brought in business for us. It's doing pretty good. I don't think that landfill, certainly not the only issue. I mean, it's been made into a pretty big issue, but there's a lot more issues out there. The pipeline it's going good. I've been working out at one of my farms, and they're putting it in. They're grading it and getting ready to lay the pipe, so we have that going for us. I think the commissioners before us, I think the current commissioners right now are doing a good job. I think we work pretty well together. They just don't, other than this landfill issue, I think it's been pretty smooth for us. I think we just got to keep watching. I think we want to keep a healthy fund balance. I think we want the county to grow, but I think we want it to grow, for me, moderately. I think we want to control it. We don't want to get, at least I don't want to see a whole lot of people in here. But, and you know, if we can get good businesses, that's fine. I've been on the commission for 10 years, and there hasn't been they haven't been really beating our door down to get here. So it's kind of a, it's a tough job. I'm sure, I'm like the rest of people. I like living here. I've been here for 45 years, and I plan on staying here. I think that's about it. I can't answer anything else.
Thank you, Dan. Well, I'm kind of confused about the priority too, but generally any business, a priority is keep the business running, keep the budget adhered to. And that's one of the main jobs and functions of the county commissioners, is maintaining a budget, distributing funds within the county, dealing with issues, dealing with a myriad of problems. I would like to bring up a situation. We talk about prioritizing here. Maybe this is kind of controversial, but this is a good place to bring it up. Why did the county commissioners see as a priority to raise their own salary in the face of the economy that we have? And that's right, because I get some kind of misleading numbers. I got a calculator, and I can kind of work the numbers on it, and I read in the paper that they have voted themselves a 3% salary increase. But it turns out it's like $2,000 and some dollars. I calculate that. That's not 3%, that's 8.2%. I don't know. I've been asking that question around and around in the courthouse, and I still haven't got an answer to that. And I realize, and they'll start repeating statute number so-and-so, and da-da-da. Well, I understand with statute RB 345 or whatever, where it's mandated that they raise elected officials' salaries. Right. But they have the option on their own salaries to do whatever they want. What did Washoe County do? They cut their salary by 2.5%. The same week that they raised theirs 8.2%. No, it's not going to break the county. You said we got a rainy day fund that's luckily over the good years that Humboldt County is pretty good on the rainy day fund, but we're starting to dip in it, and we got to be careful. That's what when I talk about prioritize. Well, let's get our salaries fixed first, then we'll worry about the priorities of the others.
Fine.
Thank you.
I have to agree with what Herb said relative to, I think, one of the primary responsibilities of the commissioners is to distribute funds and to prioritize the use of your tax dollars. And I believe one of the things, and it's just the way I'm wired, I applaud the current county commission for their fiscal responsibility, where We are the envy of the counties in Nevada right now, and that is because of their actions. One of the things that has bothered me from the beginning, though, is that there are a lot of things that changed in this county. Many of them for the better, and many of them have been imposed upon us. And we have some things that are coming at us at this moment in time that we need to prepare for. From a priority standpoint, we need long-term sustainable growth. Many of our key industries in this community are under attack right now from a regulatory perspective, and they're under attack relative to whether they can even exist on public lands. I believe that that is a priority and has to be a priority of a county commission. We need to protect ourselves, this county, from the pressure that's going to be placed upon this county to collect revenues to try to balance the state budget. The state is under a real tough, got a real tough job ahead of it this year, and they're going to have to raid and sweep an awful lot of budgets in order to try to balance their own. One of the problems with that, though, is that they are going to have to come after things like some of the ad valorem taxes that Herb referred to, having to do with the Ruby pipeline, having to do some of the federal government issues. We had to defend a play on our ad valorem taxes that were actually paid or were to be paid to Humboldt County relative to the geothermal plant. And that's it. Thanks.
I think the priority should be maintaining our budget in the black that this commission has been doing, and not just this commission, but historically Humboldt County's done that. But you got to know, I live 58 miles from Winnemucca on a gravel road, so infrastructure is a big priority for me. There was a time when my wife and I had come to town, 2 flat tires was the norm, 3 wasn't impossible. And it's really nice to drive on roads that we don't have a flat tire every single time we come to town. And I think everyone in Humboldt County should enjoy that. The buildings that we have, they need to be looked after. And one other thing that is a high priority for me is protecting what we already have. Now, Herb mentioned the Ruby pipeline, and that is a really good thing for all of the counties it goes through. But in getting Ruby pipeline, they decided that the environmentalists was hammering them pretty hard. They didn't want to go to court with the environmentalists, so they made a payoff. The payoff was they give 2 environmental groups $22 million. As soon as they did that, 3 other environmental groups jumped on board. And that's going to start snowballing for anything else that needs to be done on public land. Are we going to have to pay off the environmentalists to do that too? And I was talking with Herb one time, and the deal with the Ruby pipeline, giving environmentalists the money, Western Watersheds Project that got $15 million is going to use part of that to buy out grazing rights to take cattle off the range through willing sellers. There's no such thing as a willing seller when you're in a lawsuit in court. Spend $25,000, $30,000, $100,000 to protect what you have. Then you will sell what you have. So I think that my big priority is protect what we have before we start worrying about getting more stuff. So thank you.